I'm Peter Maddison, and in this series with ArchiPro, I'm talking to homeowners about the lessons they learned and the things they wish they'd known in order to guide you through the commencement of your very own project. Today we're at the Albie house, just south of Sydney, a new house designed by Ironbark Architecture, and we're about to speak to homeowner Aysha. So Aysha, thanks so much for having us here. The Albie house, can you tell us a bit about it?
I live here with my husband Patrick and my son Albie and our cobber dog Molly. Basically, this house is it's all about our family. We just love the brightness and the lightness and feel very, very lucky that we live here. So it's a new home. We lived in the original house and then we built.
What are your favourite parts of the house?
Love the lightness of the space and the veranda, how it just feels like the outside is inside. It just flows so beautifully. We had a pool at our previous house that was separate to the house.
Well, this one comes right inside.
Yeah, it does. It does. And you can see over there how the water shimmers on the eaves. But you can find a little sunspot and it's beautiful.
Were there any unforeseen challenges in your last project that you could learn from?
Yeah, because we were on a sloping block, landscaping was much, much more than we'd anticipated. We just weren't prepared for those costs.
How much are we talking here, or what percentage?
Probably 30%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
On the budget?
Yeah.
Just for landscaping?
Yeah, it was big.
Did you have an architect?
No architect.
Did that make it harder because you didn't have someone interacting with all the authorities you have to deal with?
Yes, it was kind of down to us, and that was tiring.
And how did you overcome that in this project?
We just decided that it was well worth paying our architect to manage that for us, which he did fantastically.
As an architect, I've seen firsthand the importance of engaging with professionals when embarking on a large-scale project to ensure a smooth and enjoyable process. For this series, I got the chance to hear from some of Australia's leading professionals. And for this episode, we hear from builder Marshall Keane from Built by MK to get his view on setting up for success from the start.
I'm Marshall Keane. I'm a builder from the eastern suburbs of Sydney. My construction company is Built by MK. I think the most important thing people can do to set themselves up for success when they are building is plan. The better planning in the beginning, the better the job goes. You also need to plan or have contingency for things not going right. So you're planning for things to go wrong. Any people looking to do a new build should be aware of multiple things when it comes to the property itself. The topography of the land, how it falls and how it relates to the sun, how much excavation may be required on the site, but then also external factors like how close it is to schools, how close it is to shops. Multiple things need to be considered. Often clients aren't aware of these until we've had these conversations.
Aysha, this is the second home you've done recently. What lessons have you learned through this process that you wouldn't have done had you not done the first home?
Definitely live in the house first before you build so that you can get a feel for the neighbourhood, feel for who you're living with, understanding where the sun's coming, where the wind's coming from, so you can harness all that into your build. I just would never build again without living in that space.
How did you manage your priorities in terms of briefing the architect?
So when we met with Chris, he asked us for a list of must-haves and would-likes, and he pretty much managed to deliver on all of them, which was lovely.
Sounds very logical, doesn't it?
It makes sense.
How did you manage to keep yourself accountable to that briefing list during the whole construction process?
I think putting the time and the effort in early, making all those choices early prior to the build, just made for a seamless process. It took a lot of stress out of it.
I think it's very important that people manage their list of priorities. But once you've got the list, you need to take it to the professional, like myself as the builder. By working through that list together, you can generally find the result that fits budget, the desired expectation for the house itself, without going overboard and really hitting that list as opposed to cutting things off throughout the build. The most forgotten budget items within briefs aren't the kitchens, aren't the bathrooms. It's the insurance costs, council costs, Costs to do with infrastructure, road opening permits, high cost items for organisations that are separate to the build, that don't always hold a value within the project, but do hold a cost. If you're building on a slope, just be prepared. There are costs associated with sloping blocks. So plan ahead, get it right, then use the right people in the right team to do it once and do it as perfect as you possibly can.
So was it worth investing some thought and energy up front?
Absolutely. The whole build was a positive process. Like, I'm not one of those people that says I would never build again, because it wasn't an awful process. And I think we all feel the same way. It's not just me. We had a good team, plays a big part in the groundwork and sussing out who you're going to invite into your life for 12 months. So.
It's a good way to put it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Aysha's journey is a stunning example of how spending more time up front can pay dividends in the end. From working with your architect and builder, getting to know the land you own, and making all your decisions early. It's clear these are vital lessons in setting yourself up for success. To learn more about setting up for success, ArchiPro have a downloadable guide of tips, templates and tools, filled with materials that homeowners wish they'd known. Download it from the ArchiPro website or the links below.